Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for May 1st. Awesome. Alright, we're in the 5th month. Everybody loves the 5th month because it's the easiest to spell, and I wasn't good at spelling in school. Anyways, first level, bringing the Riflemen again. Going up and around to gather up all the free GBE in the world, which is fantastic because there are some actually pretty high level defenses sitting right down near the HQ. Now, the reason I went this way around and not the other way around, which is far less defended, is because, why not? You don't have to, but it helps. So, throwing a shock down, you can shock that big scary gun, and throw a heal down, and then flare everybody up to the tippity top, which they'll still chill in that little healing zone, and there, nothing can hit them. They will Riflemen the base away, and you can enjoy your stage 1 loot. Now, I did get level 4 almost, but it kind of wore me down, so I think I might have used too much GBE, so I've kind of skipped out on that. But level 4 with just the Riflemen may be really, really hard. You're probably better off going with heavy Zooka, just because there are a lot of mortars, and while they don't do incredibly huge damage, they obviously they're mortars, so they really mess up the Riflemen. And also, I'm pretty sure at this level you're not allowed having medics. Like, if you could have medics, it would not be a thing. Now, what I did there, because you know, the mortars are dangerous, is I flared right onto the mortar and I shocked all the other defenses in the area, and then let the Riflemen move in there. So definitely keep that in mind. And then I flare up and away from all of the scary things, namely the flamethrowers, and let my Riflemen set up shop in that top corner. Easy peasy. But yeah, so, you know, try heavy Zooka. Hopefully you've got that as well. Unfortunately, if I were to attempt it with my heavy Zooka, it would not be a fair example. And so I kind of tried it with tanks, but also the tanks, you know, obviously a little higher leveled. Stage 3 is... I don't even know, man. Like, holy smokes. They really were just like, here, have a win. We're cool with it. Make sure you throw artillery on the 2 mines, because they could possibly mess you up. And then, at this part here, I just kind of flared and got them all working on the headquarters there. I realized I hadn't used any GBE, so by all means, if you're actually of this level, throw down a barrage and an artillery on those 2 mortars, like right in the middle where they touch, and it should kill those 2 mortars, which are really the only thing that's messing me up there on the north end. Like, the sniper tower's kind of picking guys off one at a time, but that not a big deal with the Riflemen, right? The mortars, however, taking people out like 2 or 3 at a time, which is a little more intense, so it might be worth dropping a little GBE down on there just for the fun of it. Which will move us on to stage 4, which I land far right because there's free GBE buildings, free non-defense buildings, whatever. Now, when I was attempting this with the Riflemen, I used pretty much the same path. So if you're trying like heavy Zooka, you can probably roll in like that. Just make sure that after you take down the sniper tower, you throw a shock on them all, and let your Zookas take out the rocket launcher before it starts shooting at them and disintegrating them, because the heavies are inside the range of the rocket launcher and can't actually draw the fire, if you would. So, our wee tanks here are slowly clearing their way through this level, and there is a cluster just south of the HQ, which could be pretty nasty. And so if you throw a shock right in the middle of it, it shocks the whole darn thing, and it's fantastic. I also realized partway through this, I was like, you know, I am allowed using at least some GBE. So, like, the rocket launcher in the back there, I'm pretty sure has about 6k hit points. So, at, like, a level 10-ish zone, I believe that's 1 barrage and 1 artillery, or possibly 1 barrage and 2 artillery. But if you take out that rocket launcher, obviously it will save you some troubles. So stage 5 should be doable with... I worked this out. It's a total attack. Hold on. I've got it all written down on my guard. It is a total energy attack of 82. So basically, we're clearing out the easy pickings on the south end, because that's 5 buildings, which is going to give you 15, plus this machine gun, which shouldn't be able to really hurt your tanks. So you get 6 free buildings, plus the ones that I've been, slowly picking away at with GBE up topside. So, I'm hoping that if you're around maybe the 60 mark, you can actually pull this attack off and, take down number 5. You may have to boost, but by all means, work with what you got, I guess. It's really easy, because after you clear out the area that I'm in here, basically, you take out this machine gun, and nothing can hit you up in this area with the tanks. Now, you'll see my guys are kind of moving in here, and that sniper tower does actually get range on my far left tank. So all that needs is a quick readjustment. I was kind of rifling through, like, do I barrage it? Do I artillery it? No, I want to keep my GBE down. I can't do those things. Oh my god, what am I doing? Then I was like, wait, I can just move everybody over to the side and nothing's gonna hit me. And look at that, I can still hit the HQ. So, basically from here, you just ping away at it and you will get some kind of loot, hopefully, with luck. But yes, that is the strategy for 5 with 4 tanks. So if you say had an 8 stack of level 9 tanks and some medics, you'd be able to roll in here, or get rid of some of those medics, because you might not need 2, or depending on how many landing craft you have, you might be able to go down to, like, say 1 boat of medics, because it's alright, and then we move on to stage 6, which finally I stopped messing around. It was doing all the math and everything. I'm not good with the multitasking, apparently. It just messed me up. So each of these boom cannons has, I believe, around 13k health. So it's like 1 barrage, 1 artillery, pops them. Obviously, spread the artillery across as many defenses as possible to maximize damage and blah blah blah. By the time you're doing stage 6, I'm assuming you're going to know this stuff, but either way. So basically what I did was go grab some free GBE from the bottom side, and then move around to the far left, and then flare right onto that shock launcher, because I'm basically just trying to keep my GBE down so that people who don't have as much GBE are able to get in there and ruck some shit up. Now, I recently lucked out. I upgraded my GBE statue, which is now 37%. I'll take it, man. Every percent counts. Every tick. I love it. So, by the way, all of these attacks have been done unboosted with my regular statues and blah blah blah, all the regular things. And yeah, here we go. So taking out the last boom cannon with another artillery to follow, or mixed in there, I guess. And at this point, I was unsure if I wanted to kind of curve up the left-hand side or just take out the shock launcher, so I decided to just straight up take out the shock launcher just so that, you know, things could run through faster. And you can triple shot that with the cannon and the sniper tower, and it leaves everything nice and weakened up there, which is always a good thing. And then I remembered, hey, I'm allowed using critters again, so critters, yay! And then flare yourself up into the top left-hand corner, and basically you're just gonna pick away at the incredibly destroyed defenses here, and move down into a relatively safe spot. I did throw critters down to distract this cannon, and I also threw some artillery up there at the sniper tower. Unfortunately, I was left a wee bit short. So there is a cannon at the front. I could have avoided the loss. I was like a second too late with the medkit. And I also even had like a smoke screen, so I could have just smoked that front guy and kept him from getting sniped. But hey, you know, I'll live with it. A win's a win. But, you know, be mindful of that sniper tower. If you can, take it out. If not, be ready with the heal or the smoke or whatever. Or hopefully, if you're lucky, and unlike me, you don't get a dead tank rolling up there. You get one with a little more health. Now, looking at 7. 7 is freaking intense, and I'm probably not going to attempt it yet. But hopefully maybe later today, because it looks like all those boom cannons around the back don't actually have range, but there's a lot of scary stuff up at the front, and I need to obsess adequately before I can make an attempt at that. Anyways, guys, hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and if you guys have any hints, tips, tricks, suggestions, please feel free to throw them into comments or into forums or anything. Message me with them, whatever it takes, and have yourselves a great day.